Hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome to another live with me, Meg, your food freedom and body acceptance coach. I'm so excited to be here and talk about something that has been weighing on my mind a lot recently. And I'm really excited to share this with you because I think it's super important and super relevant. And that is all about body acceptance. And I feel like this is the time of year where we start kicking that awareness into high gear, where we become super aware of our bodies. And there are just lots of messages out there. And we become even more aware of the things that we want to change about our bodies. So there's messages about like getting ready for bikini season. I don't know who's traveling this year, but the messages are still there, and being super aware of what we eat, wanting to look good in what we wear with the warmer weather coming. And honestly, I'm no stranger to that. I was also super susceptible to those messages, to becoming bikini ready, getting in the best shape possible for my summer clothes. And I just found it was also another way, or like another excuse, to really get in control of my eating and therefore get in control of myself. I felt like it was kind of like a symptom of feeling out of control. And I was like, here's another reason that I absolutely have to get this under control, is because bikini season's coming up. I don't know. But really, I actually did this all throughout the year because there was always a reason to be looking my best, whether it was even just going out with a friend for drinks, or an event, or a party, or just some other goal that I would set for myself. It always came down to how I would look and how my body would show up in these scenarios. And I was constantly trying to change my body because I was seriously never happy with it. Like, I really fought with my body. I zoned in on all of those problem areas. I developed so many different workout plans. And I would just try to change all these like little things about myself that I really didn't like. I tried cutting out a bunch of different foods to see if my body responded in a certain way so I could just shred really quickly and get that ideal body faster than ever. And honestly, when I look back on it now, it makes me pretty sad. I was so consumed with how I looked and wanting my body to look its best that, and I wanted my body to be so different. And I was just so focused on how my body would show up other than its glorious self in this world. The time and energy that I put into those changes, and honestly, for what? I was never happy, even when I was doing all of those things. So it was never enough. Like, what was I killing myself for in the gym and with these restricted diets? Why was I spending so much time on something that wasn't moving me forward in my life when I could be using that time and strength and brain power to be actually making my life into something I wanted? So I found this term, body neutrality. And it's kind of like a more approachable idea to body positivity. So body positivity is this idea that we love our bodies all the time. They're amazing. They're beautiful. And like, yes, that's such an amazing concept, but it's actually a lot of pressure to feel like you have to love your body all the time. So body neutrality is this idea that some days we wake up and we love our bodies, and some days we wake up and we don't. We simply are not on the same page. But every day, no matter what, we respect our bodies and we take care of our bodies and we love our bodies in that way. And this really hit home for me. And I realized that even as someone who preached self-love and self-care, by not respecting myself, I wasn't living up to my own message. So I decided to really shift my focus from being what I felt like the media was telling me a healthy body needed to look like and eat, to getting super introspective and really having respect and care at the forefront of my mind when it came to how I treated my body. And I realized the two were actually very different. What the media said I should eat and how I should be working out were not the same as what my body was actually asking me for. And it was quite an interesting revelation. I actually read something recently that said that our body image is actually the inner picture of ourselves, which is why that can change day to day, even though our outward appearance doesn't actually change that much. So we can't actually improve our body image with outer change, with actually changing our bodies. It is the inner picture and what influences that inner picture that we really need to work on to foster good body image. And it is so true. When I started to actually care for myself and my body with respect, there was an insane transformation. And when you really think about it, it's like you're projecting how you feel about yourself as a person, your self-worth, what you believe about yourself. You are projecting that onto your body. You're projecting that onto your outer. And we can become very not okay with that. And that's where we zone in on the things that we really want to change, because it's really, we want to change those things about ourselves. We're not happy with ourselves. We're not content with ourselves, and we don't feel that ourselves are worthy. So we zone in on our bodies and start to change that. And it's so true that no matter how much you work on changing the external, it's really all about the internal, and that's really what we have to focus on, what we have to change. So when I made that mindset shift and started thinking like, okay, this is what my old messages are telling me I have to do. I have to work out every day. I have to do these kinds of exercises to make this part of my body look this way. I have to eat this thing. I have to not eat this thing. When I changed that mindset to what would I do today to actually respect my body? What is my body asking for? Is it asking for rest? Is it saying that it wants movement? Is it saying that it feels energized and ready? Is it saying that it actually does need more fuel, less fuel? And really just coming at it from a place of, I really care about this person, this thing. That it was a huge shift. And I found that I actually started to like what I saw in the mirror a bit more. It's so true. It sounds kind of like magic. It sounds kind of crazy. But when I started to foster that real, true self-love and respect for myself and honor that inner person, that inner worthiness, it did start to project onto my body the same way the negative self-talk and the negative feelings about my worthiness did. The feelings of positive reinforcement and feeling good about myself as a person also projected onto my body. And my body didn't really change. It was my mindset. It was the way that I thought about myself as a person. It was the way that I respected myself and cared about myself that projected onto my body and really made a huge difference in my body image, in what I saw in the mirror, and how I woke up every morning saying that I loved my body, that I respected my body, that I care about my body, and that I'm going to show up in this world like I love and care about my body. And I'm still mindful of what I eat, but I allow my body what it needs when it needs it and when it's asking for it. And I don't deny it that. I don't cut things out if my body doesn't need me to. And I still work out a lot, but I listen to my body. I don't push myself with those workouts that make me feel tense or make me feel too exhausted. I don't focus on workouts that target problem areas. I focus on workouts that make me feel energized, that make me feel amazing, that help me celebrate my body and my movement and what I can do. And it really does come from a place of wanting respect and care about my body. And it's just, this is the biggest shift when it comes to fostering a better relationship with your body and that true body acceptance. It honestly does come from the inside out, and it's a big shift to make. It can be really difficult, especially when you are so used to being at war with your body and speaking negatively to yourself and about yourself. But this is the first step and the biggest step to fostering true body acceptance and self-love. And if this resonates with you at all, I would love for you to leave a comment below or send me a DM. Let me know what you're thinking and feeling. This is kind of like a radical mindset shift for me, and I want to share it with you. So if this is something you can relate to, just let me know, or send me a DM for my online event today, where we will be talking about self-love and food freedom and how to foster these things in a really fun Q&A environment. So I can't wait to hear from you. Leave a little comment or send me a DM. And my dear, just start with that true care, that true respect, and you will foster an amazing relationship with your body.